The Dragon Ball franchise is arguably one of the most popular anime series of all time, creating plenty of games, and even recently came back as Dragon Ball Super. Although right now it hasn't quite earned the name, especially with Zamasu, and given the popularity of Budokai 3, putting it on the PSP sounded like a neat idea. Unfortunately, it didn't quite live up to the console fighting game. The story follows future Trunks as he experiences the Buu saga in his timeline, but due to being weaker than Deborah, goes back in time to enlist the help of Goku and friends. And then pretty much everything is thrown in as Trunks is pushed aside in favor of Goku and a bit of Gohan. I was going to do a full review until this happened, and the fact that the plot doesn't really give a ton of details. Characters like Pikkon and Bardock are introduced, but don't really make a huge impact. Though Goku's bush isn't surprising, since he was the John Cena of DBZ back then, as opposed to the Roman Reigns he is right now. Though really, Gogeta's quote before battle sums the story up very well.
What's the point of this?
There are alternate paths, but it's mostly just a different kind of game over. One exception is when Trunks cannot go back in time, and is able to get both Pikkon and Gohan from Otherworld to help him out. Although that one is pretty damn short. The gameplay thankfully helps save this game, although your modes are a bit limited. The story mode is also sadly repetitive, while trying to be more of a tactics game by having 3 DBZ heroes fight off against many villains. It's repetitive because most of these enemies must be defeated multiple times as they carry senzu beans. And there's not really any tactics to the map outside of saving your AI companions as they are dumb as bricks and stay at cities to heal themselves and yourself, or they'll run in between cities. That happened to me a few times. You can give your own allies senzu beans to help make sure they will stay on the field, but I hardly ever did this as I always took down the foes quicker, or had the occasional bad luck in some fights. There's also a tad bit of an RPG mechanic involving cards, where you have to set them up a certain way to help boost the stats of your characters. Though no matter what, skill is what matters most, and you'll need a ton of it, as the AI can sometimes be damn near unstoppable. Some mechanics from Budokai 3 are here, such as teleporting behind foes with at least 3 energy bars, shortcuts to special attacks to keep a combo going or hit foes, dodging melee attacks with well-timed guard presses, and many other things. There is also some kind of boost mechanic that can help speed up your character, break through guards, or even blocking against all attacks. The latter of which being absurd when enemies use it since it feels like they can be used indefinitely. Without a tutorial, and if you haven't played Shin Budokai first, you're likely going to be floundering about unless the AI suddenly turns dumber. Further not helping things is that there will be stages where you will fight a foe with better stats and no option to customize the new character. I suppose in a way this is accurate to the show, though where's Goku to save my ass? Still, the combat system is actually a fairly good one despite my complaints, helping to make battles tense thanks to the added mechanics. Not to mention, transformations actually change up the movesets of characters, so while you might get more power out of one form, you may want to switch to a previous transformation to access different moves. Outside of a lack of a tutorial, I did feel there were some delays when teleporting or moves not activating sometimes. Some characters also have unique techniques, like the cheap-ass healing technique the Boos and Cell have. There are a few additional modes too, though nothing too extravagant. Arcade mode is standard and can give an ending for the characters. Survival mode is what you expect, but you'll always have full health. Seriously, what is it with this game and Castlevania Judgment not understanding the intent of this mode? Time attack is just beat the enemy fast enough, really that's all you need to know, and challenge mode is legitimately tough depending on what you can do. Then again, without a tutorial, it's also a bit of a guessing game. Also, while timing your attacks is very important, well, you can easily beat the game with Gogeta using the Big Bang Kamehameha over and over again. I have no idea why, but the enemies just keep running into it. The final verdict for Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai Another Road is fans only. There is a good game underneath up here, but only fans of DBZ can really get into it due to the limited modes and lack of a tutorial. If you are experienced with Shin Budokai, or hell, even Dragon Ball Evolution on the PSP, you'll adapt to the game much better than others. I'm the smartest moron, and I'll go back to hoping Super's quality improves with the tournament arc. For the love of God, please improve.